Hello, people. Better late than never. It took everything I had to get my butt out here today. So I have no interest right now in this because I'm disappointed with my dad. But then, that's why I wasn't here yesterday. Sorry, guys. Because it's so easy to be disappointed with your parents. Why is that? The only thing that sucks about that is the first time I ever thought my dad was dumb. So I've always taken it for granted that most of the people, well, it's so hideous to say, but the men in my family were smarter. Or worse, we're smarter. And that's so mean, because it's not the truth. My cousin is really smart. But she doesn't like really smart husbands. I know. Maybe it brings her, level down or something. Hi, Carrie Ann. Good to see you, too. Hi, Cricket. I got overly emotional and thought the best thing to do was just stay home yesterday. But since the orange balloon is making more and more ridiculous things and everybody is more and more jumping the ship, I figured I would use that. I had seen something this morning with Mary Trump talking to a historical scholar. That's interesting. Talking about one of those scholars that who always talks about for real, and she said that fear and hate make us an oligarchy, or makes them able to jump all over us, but joy and happiness keeps us a democracy. Never thought of it that way, but hey, so I figured I should contribute. So yeah, it took a while because I was I had read my voter thingy earlier in the week, so filling out the stuff that was in the voter thingy was easy, but then they came up with stuff that I didn't realize was my state representative, which was easy, or not easy. The state representative, state senator, stuff like that was easy, but then they're like the school board, and I think that's the only one I did not fill out because at the moment I have nothing to do with it, and I'll find out more about it in the next couple of years. So I was never really paying attention to that. So I don't know why Papa Cat is putting Cookie Monster up there, but I told him last night that he was supposed to make me go today to go protest if I liked it or not, and he's never had to really put his foot down ever. He sucks at it. So luckily enough, I know he said he wasn't dreading it that much, because as he said, the yesterday mama cat may not have been today's mama cat that he saw, so he was sort of dreading it in that aspect. So when I came out and told him something, I can't remember what I told him, but he just smiled and hugged me because he said it had his weirdo back, basically. So, wow, none of you guys are out here. What the heck did I do? Oh, I see someone. I see the back of someone. Hey, you guys, just walk out that door and say, forget it. Just say you're over it. Can you see the back head of that one? Say Xenu, get it over with, move on. Oh, who are they talking to? Who do you think they're talking to? I can't tell. I love the zoom on this camera. I'd be so unhappy when it doesn't work anymore. Or this phone. Just say no. All they want is what you can afford, literally. Do you know, I think that's what's gotten people before, was me saying what you can afford. That's the weird thing. That seems to stop people. What is that? There's something moving over there. Right. Where's the finger? Where's the finger? It's not me. Oh, don't. Oh, I'm on Zoom, so I can't shoot. Oh, it is me. Never mind. They apparently still need help. They always have a help wanted sign. They should know that's not a good look. I know. Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even see that. I was focusing on, oh look, someone's walking. There was another video about the guy that I've always seen. He's the English guy for the skateboards, and he said that it didn't look good, or there was another nail in the coffin of Braille or something. So I just didn't get a chance to look at it because I'm too busy watching the ickies right now. Ooh. Do you see? Can anybody see? Are those people from the outside? They might be. You know, it'll cost about $250,000 to get to level 8. Yeah, hi. Ooh. Say Xenu. He's the one who took all of us over to a volcano in the United States. Hey, that's Cairo. Oh, look. Why do I always get to have Cairo? Oh no, is that someone new? They'll just take all of your money. That's all they want. They don't care about you. They have no interest in you. All they want is the meat sack that's for your body, so you can talk on the telephone to try to make them all the money they need. I didn't know they could hear me that well. That's cool. So, let's see if some of them come back out. La la la. So yeah, 75 million years ago, some guy named Xenu got all of the people who were prisoners on his planets because it was overrun, and brought them all over to the planet Earth, dropped them all in volcanoes, then supposedly he had DC-8s fly over and drop hydrogen bombs. I don't know what could be more stuck in the 50s, if you like it or not, because supposedly their home planet looks like our home planet in the 50s. So, yeah, so when the hydrogen bombs went off, I guess Xenu didn't realize it was not going to decimate their spirits also. So their spirits came out to play. And then when evolution made it enough up that there were humans roaming, I wonder, have you guys ever asked about the before people, you know, the monkeys that we came from, you know, evolution and stuff? Have you guys ever asked about that? So anyway, I guess they all started waiting until we were upright. And then there were thetans that roamed around a lot and kept invading our bodies, like smack, 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 smack. And then sort of like the bizarre Ghostbusters thing. And then we all were messed up and had all these floating thetans that came in and out and hung out and had cocktails and would leave. So then these guys came around, 80 years ago from some guy named LRH. I don't like saying his full name. And he actually made Dianetics. And then he proposed it to the Psychiatry Association. And they laughed his butt out because they thought that whole concept of Dianetics was actually nothing for them to have to deal with. So after that, he got mad. And then when he got mad, he decided to start his own religion because he hung out with Aleister Crowley, who was a Satanist and really meant it, and stole the other person's like girlfriend who hung out with him. So maybe he's cursed. I mean, it was Crowley's like best friend that he stole the girlfriend from. That was his first wife. So then he decided to, you know, did the Dianetics thing, got laughed out by the Association of Psychology and Psychiatry. And so then he decided to start a religion because, you know, they always say, if you want to get your point through, start a religion. And he had the charisma to do it because it's all it takes. It has nothing to do with how smart you are, dumb you are, anything. Look at today. All it has to do with is charisma. So he had enough charisma to start his own religion. And so he did. He took it seriously and started his own religion. And then he was on a yacht floating around because he kept getting in trouble in whatever country he was in. So he had like at least one felony maybe in France. Oh, and France calls this legitimately a cult. So in France, this isn't even a RELI something. you know, that thing where people pray, and it all started with armies and, you know, charity and things. Oh yeah, they don't even offer charity. They don't give charity out over here. They get all your money, they buy a building, or they invest in Church of Scientology International, which I guess is a floating bank account somewhere in the middle of an ocean, probably just having to avoid sharks and things. You know, maybe the whales come by and try to turn it over. So they have all this money, supposedly a F ton of it. And so what they do is buy buildings, and some of them they restore, like this building, and some they just leave derelict, because now even the Masons are probably after them, because there is a building in the east that they bought. They were supposed to like improve like they did with this one, but decided not to. So it was an old Masonic temple that turned into a furniture store. Hey, you got to do what you got to do with your property, right? So they did that, and they bought it, and then they left it derelict. So then the city that had it decided to start taxes on it, because, you know, those things are like churches and stuff don't have to pay taxes, because that's the way United States work. If you ask me, I think everybody should be paying taxes. Anyway, so they started charging them, the IRS, because the IRS got fooled like once about 40 years ago, and they started fair gaming, which means they started sicking them on all of these poor IRS agents, and then they got scared and turned around and decided to drop whatever suit, because they owed like $60 million or something. So they didn't have to pay that. IRS ran away. But my theory now is that since IRS has had at least one generation, if not two, and they're not big on legacy, so I doubt if there are any children of IRS agents in there, they can come back and get you guys. And since, you know, who is going to be president in 3 days, she's from Oakland, and she lived through Jonestown, because she's only 2 years older than me. Haha. So she doesn't like CULTS's either. Ooh, isn't that horrible? Anyway, so yeah. So now you have all these thetans running around and invading your body. You could probably even like make a ringtone for it that goes pew, pew, pew as it hits you. And you can't get rid of them unless you go to Scientology. They have like the trademarker on it, and Stuart Semple cannot make the one for the regular people to match it, so they have the trademark on it. The thetans keep going back and forth, and then you're supposed to go up these like levels, and when you're like, it's called like an operating thetan, which makes no sense, because if you're being invaded by thetans and you are a thetan, how do you get rid of them all without getting rid of yourself? But I delved too deep in it. So anyway, so then you start going, you get clear, because there are these little baby levels that probably only cost like 10 or 20 grand to do. Then you get into OT1 and OT2. This is where the serious stuff comes in. And then at OT3, you get to find out about Xenu. And then you get to find out that all the people on the outside who were talking about this guy was not from a comic book, that they really believe this guy. And there's Xenu's daddy's on another channel. His name is Davey Mismanage, and you can go look that up. And he's not amused what Xenu did with our planet, because he was just playing with his toys. Anyway, and another person who like streams also, her name is Natalie. She's Scientology, Life After a Cult. She's dating him right now. Xenu, not his daddy. Because she wants to like find out more stuff about what's going on, because supposedly he was jailed in a cage in Eastern Europe somewhere. And I don't know how he got out. So he got out. Maybe somebody let him out. Maybe somebody found the key in an org, or who knows. I don't know. Anyway, so this guy comes back and he's floating around. He's hanging out with Natalie, telling everybody stuff. And these people believe that, you know, Xenu really put these Thetan people here, which makes no sense, because if you're supposed to be an operating Thetan, it doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. How do you not get rid of yourself when you get audited? It's like some weird kind of club confession, but you keep confessing until they want you to confess the one thing they were caring about that day. So it could take 2 or 3 hours every time you do it. You have to pay for it, of course. So you keep doing this over and over and over again with this really weird, like, Fisher Price thing that you hold, and it's supposedly supposed to tell you what your personality is or the way you're reacting to things. You hold like 2 soup cans. Warhol should have totally done one of these before he passed away. That would have been an awesome Warhol. So anyway, you hold these cans, you do these audits, you give them money, you keep doing it over and over and over again. Then you hit the level where you can audit yourself. Now, I'm sorry, but if I had to go through this auditing crap all the time, I definitely would not audit myself at home, no matter how devoted I was to anything. So they carry them around in bags. Most of the guys carry them around in paper bags or grocery bags. I see them walking up to the back door. And the women carry them in nice, really pretty, like tote bags and stuff. I've seen a Louis or two do that, in my opinion, of course. So they go do that. I guess they have to get it cleaned up, like it's the charging and cleaning up and making sure all the like points connect and things like that. So they have to bring it in, and I guess they have to do it again. And they're always auditing. You have to pay for every single time you audit too. I wonder if you have to pay for auditing when you like do it yourself. Probably. It's just weird. You're not supposed to think, you're not supposed to ask questions. You're not allowed to do any of that, because if you do, you get a knowledge report. Now, isn't that weird that you would get in trouble for asking questions? Because you're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to confab with someone even on your own level, because you're not supposed to be doing things like that. You're supposed to be doing your own self-enlightenment. Didn't you join a club to find out how you can be enlightened because your own self-enlightenment wasn't working? It's just a question I have. Anyway, I'm taking a break for a moment. Freaks. Papa Cat just shook his head like, holy crap. Got me on a roll. What was that, sweetie? Where are you? So okay, I'm gonna back up here and see what I missed. Oh, okay, back. Okay, let's see. Okay, if you say see new 3 times, does he appear? I bet you he does. You never know. So, Kyra at work, yes. That's a skateboard kid, yes. And one of his ex-people does a YouTube and talks about him and other stuff. But I feel a cartoon coming on. Can one skateboard down a volcano? Oh, we should ask him that. Let's see. Religion, cooties. I'm currently working on Xenu using the free winds as windsurfer. That's funny. So this is the Church of Thetan. Hi all, nice to see you in a good form. Thanks, sitting. Yeah, no, I just ran with that one. Just went Valley girl. Yeah, sometimes I turn ghetto, sometimes I just turn Valley. I am from the 80s, so. Yes, I did have my own Valley girl outfits. What? He's like stunned him into silence. He walks behind me and like, what? And he just keeps looking at me like, oh my God. I think my favorite phrase out of all of that was Andy Warhol should have done a painting. Oh. So, I don't want my world. Here, hon.
Someone just snuck out the back door.
Oh, is that Kyra?
Could that have been him?
It looks like him.
Dark hair.
He's got the older brother body type, so that could be him.
What do you think this is?
I don't know, but it doesn't belong on my...
Okay.
So, I think he left. He did not look amused when I was
We've seen him
filming.
like right at the front door, like taking charge of...
Yeah, and we've never
whatever.
seen him park right next to us. And we never saw him. He keeps making a U-turn up here.
Come out and, talk to you.
Oh, I doubt that. They're not allowed to, remember? So, yeah, and somebody asked when that poor man was sitting there having to, sweep the front there as some kind of weird-ass you're in trouble thing. No. the Aliotos are not Scientologists. The Aliotos are hardcore Roman Catholics. So yeah, it wouldn't be Xenu they're talking to, it'd be the Pope. So yes, I'm trying to make myself feel better. And like I said, it made me feel better when I found out that hope and joy is what keeps a democracy running. So, and I also realized why I know way too much about politics. When Reagan was shot in the 80s, there was 32 children who cheered. My math class, I cheered with them. And it was because we all knew about politics because we had no choice. Because we were Prop 13 babies. Prop 13 was the worst thing that ever happened to California. It was a referendum to keep the tax based on the 1976 levels of the buildings that were there. And it also went to 78 because my parents bought theirs in 78 or 79. So they came on it too. But it decimated our public schools. I was the last generation before Prop 13. Now, you probably couldn't get a piece of paper if you begged from California schools. So, and our teachers would not tell us why, but they would tell us not to vote for Prop 13. It was the last time I was ever mad at my dad for political reasons. Yesterday was another one. But, and it made me, it reminded me of all this stuff. So I actually got to learn politics when I was 10 years old. No choice. Because back then the teachers had no shame in telling us kids it's not what we wanted and go tell your parents. And I tried to tell my parents, but are you kidding? Tax cut like that back in the 70s, that was freaking amazing. So of course it won by 2/3. So unfortunately my generation pretty much had to learn or learned about politics. That's why when Reagan was shot, 32 children cheered and made our math teacher beyond mad. And she actually told us all to leave her class because we knew what Reaganomics was about. And that was 13 and 14-year-old kids. I actually wouldn't be surprised if everybody, and we were with the gifted and talented education. But when we got kicked out of our class, everybody else had to leave anyway. So we were all talking about it in the hallway. And as I look at it now, because I looked it up, I didn't know. We were just told not, it was bad for schools, which it was, because before Prop 13, we had books, we had PG folders, we had composition books, we had pens, we had pencils. Hell, we even had the little dip things to learn calligraphy. By my senior year, you could still get a pencil and probably a piece of paper. And the books had stopped in 77. So I don't even want to fathom what California is like now. I know they're horribly down on the education. And I was reading Wikipedia today because for some reason I wanted to look it up. Because it was the only time I've ever been mad at my parents for not voting quote unquote correctly. And then I read it. I'd never read it before. That was very much, oh my God, I can't believe they even thought that schools and roads would survive. So 1% of the value of the home in 1976, and it stayed that way until, and our house stayed that way until my dad gave it to me. But since he gave it to me and didn't sell it to me, he had to pay a lot of taxes and for gift taxes. And I used to feel bad about that. Don't anymore. Because anybody who voted for something like that and thought they were going to be the same way is just amazing. And it crossed both lines. It crossed Democrat and Republican. I think the only people who didn't vote for it were the hippies. And just because, they were hippies. Which is bizarre because you could basically call them socialists nowadays if you want to be ridiculous. I'm crossing the other way to see if I can see it, but all I'm seeing is reflection. So, oh no, maybe I'm not. because the help wanted sign is like blocking everything. There he is. Is that? We thought he walked out, so I'm not sure. I'm going strictly by body type. Yeah, I would assume that they just take everything in the back now and hope I get part of their little like video things so they can, nab me. It's like I don't even film from that side. So going back to the other side because nothing's interesting. They're all hiding in the back again. So, okay, unzoom and let's walk down the street. So, so I would not be surprised if all 32 children who were in that math class who cheered when Reagan got shot knows a shit ton about elections and electoral processes and things like that, because that is what I know I was forced. It was not something I chose.
He's coming back in.
That does look like him, but doesn't. That could be his doppelganger. There is another guy. There is one guy who looks like him, but is not built like him. Or is, but not close enough. So maybe he was maybe it's the doppelganger. Oh, good, Cricket. I have not touched that thing. It's been Papa Cat's.
Prove anybody.
Are you sure? He said he didn't approve anybody.
Check.
Because yesterday, what did I do? I ate, and it's a horrible way to put it, but I tried to kill myself yesterday. I ate a ton of chocolate.
Okay, I guess it's true. Maybe it was yesterday.
Okay, he did. He just didn't realize it. Well, welcome, Cricket. I will get to it tonight. Because what did I do? What were we doing? We were watching, I want to say cult videos and Everest videos, but what were we watching?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Dead air, sorry. Still dead air, sorry.
Twins.
Twin
Flames.
Oh, we were watching the Twin Flames cult.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. There's a newer one out than the original one, which ends where before they're by their land where they're going or build their house. Well, they built their house somewhere. So that was like an extension we hadn't seen yet. So, and then it went into the gender reassignment surgery that they said, and that it all boiled down to still making a homogeneous, still anti-homosexual, because they would turn the other when they demanded the other person get a sex change, they wanted to do it where they were identifying as a man, called a man, treated like a man, and even had to do manly things. So I'm not sure when it was approved. I usually don't usually look at FB, but it sounds like a good idea for a group. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. It's like I got a Facebook, but I thought it'd be a great idea for a group, because I was thinking, what if something happens and you don't have even people to explain what's going on? So that's why, and also advice. It's like, what if I'm going to come here, or what am I going to go visit? Oh, wow, look, it's my Pantone guy. Ooh, and he's got a friend. You're going to get cooties. I'm sorry, but you'll get cooties. You will not get rid of any Thetans, and Xenu is the one who runs the planet. Ask him who Xenu is. Xenu, Xenu, Xenu. Supposedly, if you hear Xenu's name, you'll explode.
That's
What?
Is that the sidewalk super guy? Looks like.
Yes. I call him the Pantone guy.
That's the Pantone guy.
Yeah.
I'm not harassing. I'm just looking at your colors.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he can't blame me if I'm sitting here yelling at him on a public street. Yes, I've lost my frickin' mind. It seems that way, doesn't it? Anybody watching with the guy, that's for sure. Oh, God. So, yeah, yesterday was Twin Flames and the usual guys I watch concerning the orange balloon. And then the orange balloon doing gross things to a mic stand. He's lost his mind, but that's okay. And then this morning I woke up, speaking of doing creepy things to microphone stands, this morning I woke up, my elbow was killing me because I didn't change hands when I was decatting my laundry last night. And this is what made Papa Cat hug me and realize I wasn't as upset I was yesterday. It said, now I know what a 13-year-old boy feels like. Anyway, I was thinking it wasn't going to be appropriate because Balloon Guy was, doing the thing to the mic, but it's just so funny. My fascia blasting actually helped it a lot, but my elbow is killing me. So I guess when I'm stressed out, I only use my dominant hand, and when I'm not stressed out, I'm more ambidextrous. So, because I can pretty much do anything with either hand except right, and tighten my friendship bracelet. This is a friendship bracelet. Actually, this is an Give to AIDS Society bracelet, and yes, it is Cartier. They did a drive, 14 years ago now, I think. And that's when I got it. So I get the silks replaced once in a while because, yeah, it's silk. And God knows, gotta have a memorialization where they contribute, where a very expensive company contributes to something that they should have been contributing to a long time ago. So I have one for AIDS and I have one for breast cancer. 2 different years. Thought I was doing some good. What do you expect from a bougie? Anyway, especially back then when we all thought that, everybody was going to eventually get along and things were going to be happy and the world was going to be happy. And we were just listening to that song by Talking Heads. What was the song?
I think it's Frozen Rabbit season.
It's frozen rabbit season. That's what Papa Cat said. It is cold here. That's why it's like, oh my God, what are you guys doing on the top? I have been in way too many convertibles at a young age when they were freezing and you're wrapped up. But you didn't wear a scarf because no. Scarves looked weird. I wouldn't mind wearing a scarf nowadays. So, hey, you might actually find me in a hat this year. I might have no choice. So, what was the Talking Head song?
Which one? That we were listening to?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name.
It's the one about the world being wonderful and beautiful and, this was a Pizza Hut, now it's covered in daisies. And I was thinking about back in the day when the song was super popular and I lived in Hayward, and I was like, I don't like this song because they'd like destroy my favorite burrito place. So everybody's just listening to me now babble, right? And I'm sorry if you like the orange balloon. I'm picking on him. I'm going to pick on him like hell and watch him deteriorate like he has been doing, in my opinion. So, but yeah, that's how I turned political. I didn't turn political on my own. I was sort of forced into it by the really crappy thing that they did to my state before Reaganomics showed up. So, yeah, it's probably why I became a bleeding heart liberal. Anyway, what are we having for dinner? My beautiful squirrel work. That's all gonna fall apart eventually. Nothing but flowers. That was the name of the song. Okay. So, yes, and it took me forever to get dressed. And yes, the cats were in my way and, all the good stuff. So, are your guys still in there? Are you still showing them the videos since you can't tell them yourselves? That is such a weird philosophy. We want you to join us, but we can't tell you why. Oh, trust us. We know what we're talking about. That's so weird. Ooh, it's focusing. I'm trying to get it to focus on that lady's face. Oh, but now she's crouching. Bummer. So Osa must be listening to me. Could you picture if they all had like ear pieces that say, oh, she's trying to focus on your face, you need to duck? I wouldn't put him past him. I really wouldn't. But obviously Cairo doesn't wear his because he keeps showing up where I can see him. We're getting better. We're focusing better. Focusing better. Let's see. Come on. Focus. Focus. Yes, I've lost my freaking mind today.
Pretty sure that's his car down there.
Oh, now we have to go look at his car. Which one? The GTI?
Yeah.
Do you hear me say that there's a GTI in the commune that looks like his?
Oh.
But it's not, because it was a 5 plate, not an 8 plate.
No, I just figured I'd check.
Now we're going to go look at his car again because, you know, there's nothing better to do on a Saturday when there isn't, when nobody's coming by, not even the frickin' dogs. And it's like, so this area is turning into what it used to be, which was a financial area. There aren't enough people who live here. I want a blueberry wool coat.
That's my first
Do you
thought.
see that?
Like,
She's wearing a blueberry. I call it blueberry. She's wearing a blueberry wool coat. Oh, that is so cute. Anyway, I can want anything I want. So, let's see. Seriously, are the curtains in the wash? No, on the weekends. On the weekends, they usually don't put up the curtains. I guess because there are more nuts on the street than normal. So, oh yeah, it is his. See? Yeah, that's why. It's like, I know the H is on his. I think he's even washed it. The first time I saw it, I thought it was completely beat up. Does he have his snacks in his side door? Nope, no more snacks on the front door. Ooh, so he's got to make sure it's pretty too. I love it. They're so just like,
it's cleaner than I saw it last.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about his damn car, people. Worry about his damn head. Anyway, electoral politics were part of our family, but not what I would call activism. I found that on the street. Oh God, growing up in the Bay Area, are you kidding? Like I said, my first protest, I was in 6th grade, so I'd be 12. So, and that was technically my first protest on my own, because our whole class, we weren't supposed to follow our teachers, but we did. And all of a sudden the buses were there. Go figure. What are all the firecrackers for? If you guys can hear that, those are firecrackers.
That's firecrackers? It's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it is. Maybe someone's getting a building. Sorry, it just.
That's not firecracker.
Okay, that's not a firecracker. What is it? Can you guys hear that? I've never heard that here.
It's the ocean sound.
Oh, it sounds like a bunch of firecrackers like you would hear. We're a block away from Chinatown, but it hasn't stopped.
And it gets louder. Oh, look at the little.
And it comes and goes. Oh, we missed a little wiener dog being walked by 2 guys. Both guys.
So if it's there, it's echoing.
We're totally confused because it's like.
It could be anywhere. It's echoing.
But yeah, it seriously just sounds like a bunch of firecrackers going off. That's why I was thinking maybe somebody was getting a building blessed or something. And it is a wiener dog. Oh my God, Carrie Ann, I missed it. I'm sorry. I don't think I can get it. Just dog butt. Sorry. Oh, wait, maybe. Let me see. Can I zoom more? Yes, I can. Let's see. Papa Cat, you're walking in my way. What the hell was that? Fun move. Trying to get the wiener dog. Where'd he go? There he is. Look at him. See, that angle you really can't tell, but he is. No, it was firecrackers. Somebody set off a whole...
Yeah, I can smell the sulfur now.
That might have been a mistake. We might be seeing fire trucks here soon. Those were firecrackers.
We'd be seeing them if...
No, I mean that somebody may have set off a whole, like, pallet of them.
Look down there.
Okay. Wow, that's so weird. They were firecrackers. And they went on for like a minute, 2 minutes. That's just, it's like somebody's stash went up or something. Wow. I had a huge blow up with my parents because they wouldn't let me skip school to go to a protest against the draft. My parents didn't know. Latchkey kids, you know that. We were all latchkey kids. So when our teachers, because they walked out at a certain time, I was in grade school. So they all walked out at like midnight, lunchtime or something. We went with them. Okay, the world's gotten really weird.
There's a big puff of smoke, like up there.
Oh, let's go look at the puff
So we
of
can
smoke.
see the aftermath of it at least.
It does sound like somebody's stash got,
Yeah.
because I've never heard it that long before in my life. You know how the Chinese New Year parades where they set off firecrackers around the dragons? This is sort of like that, except it just wouldn't stop. Very weird. So yeah, no, we just went because back then I used to ride the bus from where my mom worked down to my school, which was like, 50 avenues or something. So we just went with them, and it was all at Lake Merritt, which was in a different part of Oakland.
It's just a bit, you can still see it's hazy.
Wow.
The intersection.
Yeah. I wonder if it was at the intersection. Maybe it was a protest. There's one guy.
There's sirens.
There are sirens? We should go wander up. We're going for a side trip, people. And yes, I still have the sign, and I still have to get Papa Cat to get a small cylinder that we have somewhere in the house to send to Aaron. Actually, I want to get Dusty's address so I can send it to him so he can give it to Aaron.
New person.
Oh, new person.
The Oreo Ritz.
The Oreo Ritz. Hello.
We're in San Francisco.
San Francisco. But we're taking a sidewalk because we just heard firecrackers. We're a block away from Chinatown. We just heard firecrackers go off for about 2 minutes to the point where we didn't think they were firecrackers anymore. But you can barely see the haze that was caused by it. I've never seen a building or a community being quote unquote blessed like that before. It's what we call it. So, but I hear music. I don't know if that's real or Memorex. Yeah. It's like we're walking towards Chinatown, so excuse the sun. Anybody saying anything? Hello, nice to meet you. Carrie Ann said yes. Hello, hello. Everybody's welcome to the what do I call it? Unicorn and birthday cake channel. I try not to go on upset.
Yes.
It's not good for us. Is that a car? Where was it? It's just so interesting. See, it's not tourist season anymore either. So things like this would happen. Up the street?
I saw it was there was a big puff, cloudy smoke like right here.
Maybe that's what we should do when we're done streaming, is get something from here. I used to practically live in Chinatown when I go out with my brother. We knew this really great Chinese restaurant that we thought the mob definitely belonged to because it was a round table. It's up the street. There was a round table in the corner at the Chinese place we went to, and it had overcoated guys with suits on.
There's definitely some. Yeah, you hear the drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, somebody's getting some event is going on. And they paid for the extras. That was a lot of extras. So, what?
I don't know what that is.
What is the frog please be safe from the feces?
Well, probably just something about SF.
Ah. Okay. Yes, the Oritz. We're going back down and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, we'll show that.
It's a beautiful building. It's a historical monument. So, and this building has been in every movie on the planet. And I was almost going to say this was the Van Ness Holiday Inn.
Oh, you mean at one point?
No, the Van Ness Holiday Inn is famous for being one Dirty Harry movie where the pool was on the top of the building and someone gets shot when she jumps into it. That's the one on Van Ness. That's not this one. And somebody is mad.
And here comes a velvet dog.
And here comes a velvet dog. Ooh. Oh, it's not just it's a lab and something.
Oh, it's mixed.
Yes. Hello, you. Hi. Can I pet your dog?
No, he
Okay.
doesn't love it.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Uh-huh. Liar. You know that as well as I do. He was making eye contact with me. She should have just said the truth. I don't want anybody touching my dog. Then why are you bringing him out in public?
You're not even American. You got a funny accent.
What?
No. She sounded French.
Yeah, she did sound French.
Yeah.
That's the only accent I could never figure out is French. Well, then that would make sense, wouldn't it? You're such a brat. Ooh, look where you're going to get your next suit from. Oh, I'm cold. My fingers are frozen. Let's see. Okay. La la la. Yeah, that was a whole lot of firecrackers. That trip could have went down a whole street. Okay, Ritz. We'll give you the really pretty tour first. This is the Club of Scientology in San Francisco. This is the San Francisco org. It is a building that was built in, look it up.
What?
I always get it wrong. It was built in 1909.
Oh, the building?
Yeah. I think it was built in 1909. It's officially known as the Fugazi Building because the Fugazi brothers owned it. And they were a very big name in San Francisco. So when they sold it to the person who decided to start Transamerica. So this is officially, this is also known as the Transamerica Building. It is a historical landmark. It is not a federal landmark, it is one step down, which I forget the name of it. But yes, they bought this building in 1979, I think, and then they decided to renovate it. So they brought it up to where it is now. It was slightly derelict when they bought it because we didn't appreciate things like that back then. Rage driver honking, yes. Ah, thank you, Carrie Ann. She put up the link to see what the Fugazi building is. So, yes, it's an ideal org. No, it's not an ideal org. It's just an org. No, this is just the fancy building. It's not an ideal org, as far as I know. So, yes, see how that says the Transamerica Corporation? That building went from this to this. The Transamerica Pyramid, which is what it's officially known now because it is now a historical monument. So the pyramid that you see in San Francisco is, which one's the creepy looking building? That one's a beautiful Gilded Age building. This one is a beautiful 70s concrete based structure. Don't pick on my Transamerica buildings. Oh God, I never noticed that. Look at that. It's the pyramid. That has nothing to do with the pyramid across the street. That's a Scientology hack thing, isn't it? The pyramid?
Where?
Right there. On the first floor. Above the cupola. It's like talking to a brick wall sometimes, I swear to God, guys.
What am I looking for?
Look where the hollow is.
Yeah.
Look up.
Yeah.
There's a pyramid.
Oh, that.
That's a Scientology thing, I think, not my, because it was a financial institution. So, good looks, expression gone right. Ah, yes. Ooh, haven't heard that name in ages. You are to be worshipped, Carrie Ann. Yes, I will show you the sign in a minute. The pyramid above the cupola is a Scientology thingy. Yes, that's what I figured, because I was like, they didn't do the pyramid thing. That's something that was from the 70s. So, let's see. Yes, Cairo's in that building right now. I got him earlier on my stream. I get him a lot. He has a problem of U-turning right in front of me all the time. And one time, because he has a Tesla, he got out of his car right there where that SUV is. Oh, see, Church of Scientology. Stand in the middle of the street and do this. So, yeah, see, and it even has that. And the reason the Church of Scientology sticks out is because they're not allowed to do major work on the building. So, this is my beautiful building. All of this is real ironwork done by real iron workers, artists, fence builders back in the day, so it's solid like a mofo. But they don't take care of it. So, see all that rust? That's not patina, that's rust. And somebody hung their cable there.
It was in 1928. It became Bank of America.
Okay.
These guys took it over in 2003.
2003. What was 1980 then? I had read something that said 1980.
Well, the dedication was in 2003.
Yeah, but that means that they had the building in the 90s. How weird. Yep, that's what it is, a registered landmark. It has been upgraded. Wait a second, let me see. It started out as it's a city landmark, then went to a state landmark. Now it's a federal landmark, but there's one more landmark above federal. So, curious sign. Ah, my AI knows that building on its own. Big blue and alien. Also, you mean the big crack? I wonder if they've done anything. I haven't looked at Confident Chris's feed lately, so I wonder if the big crack still exists. And how LA is so freaking corrupt, in my opinion, is like how that building had not been condemned because of those two huge cracks. I don't think that would ever fly here. Because we know we get earthquakes. Have a nice day. So, all of this here that you see is degradation from the sunny side of the street, and since they are the ones who did the renovation up to this point, they can pretty much let it fall apart to where it was when they got it. They have to keep it in the condition they bought it in, and the condition they bought it in wasn't great. So I hope to just keep embarrassing them by showing the fact that they're not taking care of their building and that they're letting their casements rot. And considering most of these windows are old windows that go with it, and they don't keep up their veneers, because that is a marble veneer on it. They don't wash them, they don't take care of them, because they need to take care of their own buildings. And this is all filthy. So I keep threatening in the middle of the night to come and clean it, because it just looks bad. And then a homeless person came last week and broke a window, which was belonging to a very important door. It's their back door. This is where the Scientology Foundation is, which is basically the nighttime version of the Scientology org. Let's see. I'm not going to say CHURCH. All visitors must register at the reception desk prior to entering. Media tours must be arranged in advance. This was put up for me, because I've been here for about 7 months, and so that sign was put up for me. That way they can trespass me. Well, they haven't gotten to trespass me yet, So I can still go in there. Hi, Fook. How are you? Makes, I think Kelly was referring to. Okay. Yeah, I really don't understand how the building's still in order, working order. There is a sign on the other side. The other side of this building, no. Hi, Bob. So, yeah, because those cracks are huge, and hasn't like part of their like paint, veneer, or whatever come off too. It's like I see renovation in that building. So yeah, in my opinion, LA must be hella corrupt. that building's not closed yet. So San Francisco's pretty boring. I've only had the cops called on me 4 times. 3 times where they talked to me, 4th time they pulled up and then something else happened, they tore off. So they let a kid out of the building once that I had to keep an eye on. That's the guy who picks up his girlfriend. Actually, no. The guy who picks up his girlfriend, I thought, had a BMW. Yeah, I've seen and gotten used to most of the people.
Wow.
What?
They've been used on all that.
Oh, wow. I thought I was nuts. We all drive like crazy maniacs here. Can watch longer? Huh? You mean can't watch longer? You just came to do a drive-by? My gimbal is sort of wigging out. I don't know why. Again. So, curious sign. Someone knows how to do good chalk tech on a sign. So, they always say this. Of course, I'm not invited at all. So, and on the weekends, they never put up their shares. Usually there are curtains right there to keep people from looking in. Or to keep, well, no, I thought it was to keep people from looking in, but I've heard it's to keep people from looking out. So, and we saw Cairo today on the inside. He does not like me. He did not give me a happy face. So, let's see, can we see through? Which is more iron scroll work that's gorgeous, and they're letting it fall apart. But hey, who am I to say? There's someone, but I can't get... Oh, they have the lights dimmed in there, so I can't get them. And I always say, I'm not Satan. I don't believe in Satan. So, how can I be something I don't believe in? Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish that you were contacting them around now when Thanksgiving and Christmas are around the corner? Unless you have weird families that make you watch football games and the 10 Commandments at Easter. So, do you have a chosen family that maybe you can go hang out with? You know, since you can't anymore because you had to declare them because none of them were Scientologists. Isn't that just like messed up that you can't hang out with people who aren't Scientologists? That's not very enlightening, do you think? But are you guys even allowed to ask if that's enlightening since you get knowledge reports for asking questions? And like some people here get in trouble and wind up having to sweep other people's front of their buildings to humiliate themselves, which is a wonderful thing that Scientology just did, because underneath it all, they're just a bunch of cruel little hacks, right? Ooh, I got spicy, freaks. Sunday here, don't show off. Oh my God, thank you for saying that though. You know what? That means we have to move our clocks back tonight. So that means that the girls get their snack late. Otherwise, Birdie will do what she usually does now, which is knock everything off of the dresser and sit there next to the television going, look what I did. Aren't I beautiful? So, and the Tabby, I have an orange Tabby girl, likes to go play zoomies on all 3 floors of the townhouse. Because, you know, she can't move fast enough. It's good for a diet plan because she's been losing weight because both of my animals are chunky like their mom. It's the hook and ladder! Oh, here he is! Hi! Woo! Now, the funny part is, they also use that to get back to the firehouse real fast. You know that. Oh, you did. Yes. The back of my hook and ladder waved. Which means that they're going back to the firehouse. They would not wave if they were going somewhere.
They're going to do fire, be like,
Sometimes it's the only way for the hook and ladder to get back to the firehouse, which is a block away on the other side of that.
it's not subsiding.
Oops.
Other sirens.
That could be... Nope, that's the fire inspector. He's just trying to get back. Maybe they have something good for dinner. Who knows? Hello, Mr. Fireman. Oh, hello, Mr. Fire Lady. Do you like that one?
Hello, Mr. Fire Lady.
It was. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think they're rushing back to the firehouse. Probably something good to eat.
Like, get back here. The chili is almost
Yeah,
almost
someone's
finished.
parents has brought them in like lupia or something. Because you cannot beat homemade lupia. I'm sorry. Yep, Satan's only in movies. We all know this. Oh, you are from Australia and you lost your spaceship.
I just guessed.
So you're stuck in Australia for the rest of your life. Isn't that a good thing? Aren't you guys covered in koalas and things? You know, I know what they say about Americans, so I gotta tease somebody sometimes. Sort of like we're teasing the French lady with the "don't pet my dog." My dog does not like it.
Does your dog bite?
Wow, how can I
That
do?
is not my
Oh,
dog.
because my favorite cartoon character is Pepe Le Pew. That's why I can do that.
What did she say? Like,
Her dog does not like it.
does not like what?
Petting.
Sure,
Even though the
according to
dog
you.
looks straight at me like, "Hi, Linda, I know who you are."
Exactly.
It's a running joke. Dogs love me. All dogs love me. Even dogs that are not supposed to like people love me. So it's a joke that the dogs go, "Oh, hi, Linda," and start wagging their tails. Usually what they do. I'm sorry, Fook, but we're done. We're over an hour and my fingers are freezing.
That's an engine. That's a motorcycle.
Okay, and my fingers are freezing off. One more puppy for the day, though. Let's see.
Wait, oh, over there?
Yep, he'll pop out in a second.
It looks like a border collie.
But oh my God, he's so cute. Look at that. And no, I'm not talking about his walker. I'm talking about him. He's got to be a puppy. He looks like a puppy. You sort of got that puppy attitude. Okay, that's all we're going to do. Everybody think good thoughts for Fuzz. She's having some issues right now. They're not all in all horrible. So, think good thoughts. Sacrifice virgins. If you could find one in America. That is a running joke because people always ask or when they don't believe my age, they say, "How do you do it?" And I always say the blood of young virgins. And I've said that since I was 18 years old. So, people who don't get it cannot take a joke. So, I'm showing off my pyramid. This is my building. No other building looks like mine. And soon, we'll be able to go up there and have cocktails. I should ask somebody. Anyway, guys, I'm
Self-service room raid.
self-service room raid. So I'm going to go home and laugh at my girls and put my hands underneath their tummies so they can warm them as they threaten to sleep across my face when I'm asleep. So bye, Cricket. Bye, Carrie Ann. Bye, Bob. Bye, Fook. Who am I missing? Bye, the new person. And I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao, Bellas.